I like that Jared came in with the exact same yo, bro. Jared, just run the whole conversation back, dude.
All right, yeah. Everything you put in, everything you put in the chat, you got to do it again.
That's right, dude. Run the whole thing back
All
from the
right,
jump.
but we're gonna start it from the whole thing. We're gonna do the whole thing.
Here we go.
This is brand new.
Brand new. Brand new. We have brand new. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I mean, I've been called dumb once or twice.
So I think I should just become the soundboard. I think if you give me, because they didn't hear any of the sound.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So you give me the sound,
Okay.
and I'll do the sound.
Okay, how about a helicopter? There we go. See, you guys don't even need this. There's a helicopter. How about ice skating? Beautiful. Okay, how about rocket launcher? Beautiful. All right. Let's first off, welcome in everybody. Sorry about that. This you would think we have it all worked out by now, but I'm gonna be honest with you. The equipment here is 1,000 times more complicated than you would ever imagine it to be.
And it's fine if you never touch anything.
If you never touch anything in your entire life and you just literally press on or off, you'd be great. But that literally cannot be how the show works.
Yeah,
but
we don't have that kind of budget to have just like an entire computer system that never gets used.
We don't have a budget, period. So, let's start off with a little celebration. Somebody, DJ, was that DJ? Appreciate the subscription, baby. That's what keeps us going. That's what that is the very little monetary budget that we do have. So much appreciated there, DJ. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, those little dollar sprinkles are like really nice.
Yeah, that's right.
Just sprinkle $1 in here, here.
That's correct. Okay, let's start the show officially. Welcome on in, everybody. My name is Nick.
I am Kevin.
We are the Two Dumb Idiots. If you've never seen the show before, we cover the hard-hitting news stories that the news likes to skip.
Refuses to cover because they're so hard-hitting. Like, how do I get a job driving the Wienermobile? Does blowing into your Nintendo games really do anything? Or where the hell are the aliens? That's the kind of stuff that people want to hear. For sure.
That's what we're here for, and that's what we're going to give you guys. We always keep it positive. You demanded a Jim Carrey. That is going to be next to impossible for me to redeem until I get to my other stream.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do some things.
Yeah. He'll get you a Jim Carrey. Maybe I can,
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to buy another stream deck. I think.
There you go. Nailed it. No problem. Perfect.
Yeah, whatever comes up first. There it is.
This house is clear.
All right.
I have exorcised the demon. What's going on here? Don't know. What do you? Oh,
that's why he wanted Jim Carrey.
Oh, there it is. There's Jim Carrey.
He did not specify what Jim Carrey was.
No, he did not specify. Never shit a shitter. All right, cut that off. It's not even a good Jim Carrey.
I know. That's why I picked it. Teach him a lesson.
All right, so next, when you get into my stream, I will try and give you a Jim Carrey. All right, let's get into it, guys. We got a pretty full show today. Let's start with, we like to start positive, so don't go anywhere. If you're looking for fart and dick jokes, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get you the old.
Yeah, we'll get there. That's right. First story of the day. Was kind of a interesting headline. You cut into it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got you.
I was waiting, bro.
As soon as you start talking, I got you.
I don't want to introduce it without on the screen,
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
They like to read along with it. That's what I say. I
don't want the headline to, usurp your thunder.
Nah, I like the headline to take my thunder. Stop listening to me.
And then they just find out you're like when you're in high school and you're given a PowerPoint and it's just you reading exactly what's on the screen.
That's like, everybody's PowerPoint.
You're like, I get it.
Yeah, I got it, dude. Why don't you just put the PowerPoint up and sit the hell down? And I'll hit the button. Nepalese climber spent 47 days cleaning 2.5 to 2.2 tons off of Everest. The pandemic has caused people sky high. What's Papa Lockin' Brothers? Thanks for saying hi in the chat. If you guys don't know, I know some of you guys already know this, but you guys actually saying hi in the chat, dropping emotes, whatever, actually really does improve our kind of, I don't know what you would call it.
Our performance.
Our performance at Twitch promotes us more. They think that people are tapping. If people are talking, then we're important, which is not true. But that's,
But they think it. That's the important
That's
part.
an illusion that you guys can create. I thought this story was cool. Pandemic has restricted tourists from visiting Mount Everest or climbing it. So during that time, they have gone up there on their own and decided to clean it. which is surprising to me that it would even need to be cleaned. I don't know why that 2.2 tons of trash surprises me for some reason.
There is so much garbage up there.
Yeah,
it is absolutely
correct. The almighty algorithm. I was wondering I was talking to Lamb about this. I was wondering what the weirdest thing they found on the way up. Like if somebody found like a McRib wrapper.
Just the box from a McRib.
Right, like a Big Mac wrapper, or maybe like
I was thinking like, I don't know, like a toilet.
Yeah.
Like an actual toilet.
You're like an old Nintendo.
Yeah. You're like, what were you going to do with this at the top?
Yeah.
Like somebody was like, yo, I'm going to be the first guy who's playing Nintendo at the top of Mount Everest. Yeah.
I would maybe like a beach chair. You know, I would love
sunscreen.
I would love to know like what they were able to bring back down. I thought this was a really cool story. I don't have time most days or weeks to clean my room, let alone climb 20,000 feet into the air, into the freezing minus 50 degrees and clean a mountain.
And you're just literally going up there, grabbing shit and walking it back down.
It's literally the most dangerous cleanup of all time. So very, very cool story. Thought it was great. Now, demand a posture check and demand your hydration. We shall do that for you.
Done and done.
H2O, my favorite. Okay, now.
In what we thought was going to be great news.
And we thought what was going to be great news, and we know that you guys listen to this show to get real news. We don't give you fake information. We don't literally make shit up. So we have to do a retraction. This is our first retraction. This is our first time. First ever. We have to.
We've never made a mistake until this point.
We have to first time say that the story we said was not true. But in our defense, it was an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
So Lamb, tell them what's happened.
So Microsoft announced the Xbox Classic coming out, the Mini. Xbox Classic Mini. Little emulator is going to have 20-ish games on it. Mm-hmm. Look at this puppy.
Look at it.
Look how beautiful that is.
They were listing all the games you could get with it. Where's the game list? Halo 2. You could get Forza. You could get Fable, Splinter Cell, Grand Theft Auto, The Elder Scrolls. You could get all these games in this little mini, but guess what?
Nah,
the whole shit is made up, dude. It's made up. They made it up for April Fool's Day. Yeah, I know, dude. Who wouldn't want that? What kind of horrible... This is what I said to Lamb. I said, what kind of horrible April Fool's joke is that, dude?
It's like we've decided to give everybody free money. Nah, April Fools.
Yeah, this was like, we decided to come up with a really cool thing that you guys have been clamoring for. Awesome. Actually, we're not going to do that. We're not going to give you guys what you want. Now, that being said, that does look like a piece of like Play-Doh that is molded into an Xbox. So I do understand how that looks fake. But if they sold that thing for $70,
you had 150.
$150. That's too high for me, but
I'm just saying, I think they'd sell.
Boatload
them at 150, and they'd sell 1 million of them at $80, $90.
If that thing also had 4 controller outlets, so you could bring it into a house and you guys could Halo.
Yeah. Just have your own Halo tournament at home.
It was like the size of like a bowling ball bag.
I have a feeling it's even smaller than that. Look at the controller. It's not much bigger than a controller.
It's a wonderful idea, but apparently the whole thing is made up. We were all excited about it on the show, and apparently the whole thing is made up. So sorry about that, guys. We were fooled. We were duped. We were hoodwinked.
It was bound to happen once.
That's right.
Never again.
To be honest with you, and we double check our reporting. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We have a team. A team of people.
We have
me and Nick.
Yeah.
It's a team.
And Paul.
that check our stories. So that was very sorry about that, guys. All right, let's get into our first story. We're going to take a shit on somebody, as we like to do in our first story.
This guy was arrested in Disney World. Oh, Disney World. Okay. All they were asking him to do was get his temperature checked. That's it.
Yeah. Before he walked in the restaurant, he was already on property.
And he had a mask on.
Yeah.
He was doing all the right things. They said, hey, we're just checking temperatures, make sure there's no Rona boys walking around.
I'm not having that.
He said, no, I ain't with it. He kept refusing multiple times. Eventually, they said, if you do not do it, we're going to have to escort you off the property. Me and Lamb watched the video. They told him an unbelievable amount of times, if you do not start walking or leaving, we're going to arrest you. He just stood there and kept screaming, but I paid $15,000 to be here. And then they arrested his ass.
Handcuffed him and took him out.
So let's put the cards on the table. Do I think arresting a guy for not taking his temperature is a little bit too far? Probably. Do I think he had a fair amount of warnings? Absolutely. Do I think getting your temperature checked is an unreasonable thing to ask a guest to do? I'm going to say no. Do you have an issue with it?
If they're not taking it rectally, I don't have a problem with
That's exactly what my thought is.
They're getting shot with a laser.
Yeah, that's right. If they're not putting it up his butt, what do you care where the thermometer is? Now, my only thought was maybe homeboy really was sick, and he was worried he was going to pop. Now, if that's the case, if you're a homeboy and you really did have a fever, but you paid $15,000 like Knucklehead did. I don't know where he paid $15,000.
Well, I think it's for more than just him. I'm assuming he's taking his whole family to the old Disney.
Yeah. He took the whole family. I mean, okay, but I know how much Disney tickets cost. They're $120.
You say a week. That's $700 a person.
That's true, Lamb. You're starting to get into numbers that add up into other numbers.
You get a hotel for a week. You get 4 people tickets. You're like at $3-4 grand.
Be honest with you. Anytime I've taken a vacation and you start to spend an exorbitant amount of money, it makes the vacation way less fun.
Oh yeah,
the pressure to have fun is skyrocketed.
That's one of the reasons I love the all-inclusives.
Oh, for sure.
You roll up there, you've already spent your money.
Yeah, 100%.
You're like, this is on me now.
Yep.
There's no surprises. I'm not like, oh, I spent $5,000. I still haven't bought an item of food yet.
And they got the buffet out at all times. I'll be honest with you, the one all-inclusive I did go on, I put on an unbelievable amount of weight.
Yeah, it's impossible not to.
I left at like whatever I was at, like 205. I came back at like 220, bro. I was just I actually couldn't believe what had happened. I was just like the drinking and everything.
The poor decision making of food is just out of control. Hey, we got 24-hour room service. You're like, all right, that sounds pretty dope.
That is the problem. Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot all about the room service. Yeah, we'd order like ham and cheese croissants at like 2 in the morning.
You're like, I'd like a cheeseburger, a steak, and fries, and a milkshake.
It is
bring it all. I want a bite from each, and I'm gonna throw it away. It is unbelievable.
Massive problem. But yeah, 15,000 is a little bit much. Like I said, I don't have a problem.
I think he's rounding up.
Somebody said Wally World, and that's really funny. Make sure to follow. Oh, Paul's in there just dropping that. Appreciate it, Paul. Like I said, I don't have an issue with them asking for a quick thermometer check. I don't know why he would. I really don't understand why he was so weird about it. And I would love to know if like he had been drinking. He didn't appear that way.
No, he seemed very calm,
very coherent, very calm. There's got to be more to the story, and I'm hoping more comes out. That being said, we're going to get into a quick section. We don't have we have a lot to get to today. So we're going to get into a quick section of in or out. Are you in? Or are you out?
I'm always in.
I'm always in as well. I like to try everything. So let's start with, they have what's called the Crystal Cabin Awards.
It's award season, folks.
It's award season. If you guys didn't get to vote, I apologize. What the Crystal whatever awards are, whatever the hell they're called.
Cabin in the Woods?
What? Yeah, I think they're called Cabin in the Wood Awards. What they are the newest ideas for ingenuity or some kind for plane seats, and that already you're like, dude, you guys are bringing junk to the show, and I understand.
I don't know who's getting these awards because I haven't seen a change in seats in a positive direction ever in my life.
Correct. So let's start with some facts. All right, we bring facts to the show. 2000. Already at that point, the airline seat had shrunk, right? And I couldn't find numbers to prove how much it shrunk. But from the year 2000 until 2019, airplane seats went from 35 inches from where you seat to the front of the next person, to the back of the next person's seat. It was 35 inches in 2000. Today, the standard is either 30 inches or 31. So we have lost 4 or 5 inches between for our knee space.
It's because everybody's gotten shorter in that.
Everybody's absolutely gotten fatter. That's a lie. I have gotten taller in those years. I was only 12 then, and I'm a grown man now.
I have stayed the exact same height since 2000.
Okay. Fair enough.
I graduated high school.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
Haven't grown since then.
Fair enough. So anyway, they have shrunk 4 to 5 inches since then. For me, 4 to 5 inches is a lot of space. I am 6'3". My knees, nobody believes me until I get on a plane. My knees literally are buried into the back of a seat. All right? Buried. I feel so bad because if I want to put my knees on the floor, then I have to scoot way back in my seat and then tuck my knees under, and they still barely seat. And so, like I said, I mean, I think if there was any women watching the show, 4 to 5 inches is a big deal, right? Wait, okay, sorry, we're moving past that. Sorry. All right, we're moving.
Usually you pay double for that kind of action.
All right, sorry, that's Lamb's. We got 2 lines anyway. We got some new lines we're going to use here. But that was Lamb's. I just thought it was a good time. Okay, but anyway, this is the first one. Lamb, do you have any qualms? Do you like it?
I have so many qualms with this.
Okay.
First, the seats don't look that safe.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fair
They
qualm.
literally just look like they're meant to be like moved around the room. They might as well be in rolly chairs.
Yeah, that's a fair qualm, Lamb. You also have an issue with the business aspect.
Yeah, is this the new business class?
This is
Are we just
actually-
having conference tables? Are you not even getting a break from going from one job to the next? You literally got to be like, all right, I'll be on the plane in 5 minutes. We'll start up the Zoom and we'll work through, all the issues with the new program.
I'm going to be furious because I don't like flying. I get the heebie-jeebies. If somebody's going to try and ask me a question during my heebies, I'm going to get the jeebies.
Now, like I'm just picturing on the back wall there that there's like a whiteboard and they got guys like writing things on the board and stuff.
You also said you have a problem with if you're in the rows behind.
Yeah, these people are obviously, it is designed so people interact.
Yeah.
And have like actual conversations.
Yeah.
Not like casual conversations. So they're going to be having massive amounts of conversations around you while you're trying to like relax or maybe watch something or read a book or whatever.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. I will say this. If I'm not in a business meeting, let's say I didn't reserve one of those middle businessy chairs. I didn't reserve it on purpose. I just ended up with it. I was the last one. And now I got to sit and I got to look across to Karen the entire ride and like watch her like, I don't know, like pick her nose or like,
type away at
or
something.
eat like peanut butter crackers. They dribble down her face. I don't, it sounds like a miserable experience. So I'm out on this one. Let's move quickly though. What about this one?
I'm most in I've ever been on a thing.
This is exactly how I want to fly. Whoever invented this is...
And boy, that's just a straight shooter with upper management written all over him.
That's right. Whoever invented this is a straight shooter with upper level management written all over him. This is a genius idea. They can pack me in like submarines and I'm totally cool with it.
Up to like 4 or 5 hours, like, I'm all in.
Patty B's in the chat with Bubba Loggins, brother.
She is.
Oh, you know what? I gave you that photo. Did we end up putting it up here?
Yeah.
Okay, good. We're going to get to you in a second here, Pat. So this I'm all in. Not to mention, I think of all of them, one of my favorite space-savvy ideas. It doesn't look space-savvy, but you start stacking these like, you know.
You got 3 people. Normally, that's the whole row.
Yeah.
And that's not nearly as wide as a row of seats.
And if I get on, let's say I see like an attractive girl, and I'm like, hey, I didn't get a ticket. You guys want to split this price? You know?
Or, hey, like, you mind, I get a little weird when I fly. If you could hold me, that would really, like, help me, like, through this difficult time in my life.
Now you're saving money. There's some kind of companionship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, is there, like, can you double up in these?
I do. I would love the double up feature. I also know, I know there's, like, we've talked about in the show, there was, like, a lady one time that people were paying so she would come and like cuddle with you, right? The professional cuddler. Maybe professional cuddler comes with you. Bang, bang, bang.
I'm also wondering if they make different length ones.
Pat, we have not talked about your urinal yet. What's up?
If they'd make different length ones.
That's right. Yeah, because I'm gonna need a big one. And maybe like your kids can need a little baby one.
Yeah.
I agree, dude. I hope I don't know if you guys have ever seen Seinfeld where like the
Drawers,
I hope they have like a drawer setup. You know what I mean? That would be wonderful.
I forget who the nationality of people he has living in his
I don't remember.
dresser.
Oh, it's Cubans because he's trying to get
they're right, and they're rolling cigars
rolling
for him.
Cuban cigars for him. That's right. All right, this is the next idea. This is like a train. Now, let me say this. I'm all in on this idea, which is going to surprise people. If where their feet are, they put a table because their feet are literally touching each other in this picture.
I know. And imagine that with strangers.
I hate it. It's back to my Karen.
Pardon me. Oh, excuse me. I'm just like banging knees with somebody.
Back to Karen eating peanut butter crackers, dribbling all over her face. I don't want to see it. But if you're with some friends and you have a table and you can play a card game, now we're talking.
Ooh, maybe magnetic cards. It's metal table so they don't flop around in turbulence.
I'm saying, dude, these are all good ideas. We could get like a Monopoly board on there.
Yeah,
and
roll
5
some
hours.
dice.
That's what I'm saying.
Start betting some money.
Yeah,
you get some real money.
I'm in on this idea. This is for first
There's like
class.
a craps table in one of them, a roulette wheel in the other. Like you just roll from like seat to seat.
Hey.
You're just like, yo, is this seat taken? It's like the blackjack table, and they got like dealers.
I know for a fact that's gonna be a problem because I'm gonna be constantly. They're gonna be like, "Yo, seatbelt." I'm like, "Yo, I was trying to get sit down." They're like, "There's no."
I'm trying to roll dice.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, "Yo, you end up with like a card game you don't know." What is manji? I don't know. Sit down and play.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny.
Baccarat, baby.
Yeah, I don't know how to play baccarat. I want to be at the crab table. Well, it's crowded. Sit the F down. Lamb,
Yo, we have a limit.
That's right. Lamb doesn't like this idea. He thinks it's only for the rich and famous, and I agree with him, but I do like the idea of kind of like just posting up out the window. Jarrett's on the nah. Yeah, okay, we're all in on the laying down flying, but this is beautiful, but I think this is too. Now, this is my last one here I think we're going to show you. This I'm all in on how somehow they could make this work. You get a little private cubicle.
I think this is a food court, actually.
Yeah, this is a Chick-fil-A back here. This is a Sbarro's.
Yeah, you got a Sbarro on that plane.
That's right.
I'm in.
You're jumping like a sushi joint over here.
Honestly, though, I'm surprised they don't have like some sort of tie-in with some of these fast food joints. If you told me you're rolling on Southwest and they're rolling out with like Pizza Hut personal pizzas on there,
Bangarang. I'm saying Chick-fil-A only serves one item.
I know. It's like, you want a chicken sandwich? We got like 40 of them in here. You want one? Get one.
That's a
and
pretty
it's
good
like,
idea.
I'm just saying. Like,
I agree.
I don't need your snack box that's got like old like grapes and like
salted peanuts.
Yeah, you're like, oh, cool. This is great.
Peanut. I don't want peanuts either. I'm only concerned about getting around the cabin. It doesn't seem like kind of a cheese maze. I'm not sure how I would get back to the bathroom, but I do like the privacy aspect of it. It seems comfy. It seems very futuristic. They're also talking about adding heaters and coolers to your chair. Would love that. That's pretty much it. But I am in on.
There is one that's not on here because it did not win an award that they were talking about. They are talking about having standing seats. It's literally like kind of like a roller coaster, and it has like a little bench thing that you stand on and you lock in and you stand for the whole flight.
Well, I know people that stand in an office because they don't want to sit all day, but I don't know if I want to stand on a flight. I at least need I don't care if it's an option to stand. Like if my seat can raise up so I can stand, I like that, but I don't want to just stand.
No, they're talking like spirit level. Like we're gonna put like 10 times as many people in there standing.
No, as soon as the suckers start to agree to that, then everybody's going to have to do it. So everybody listening,
you want to have a standing section?
Fine,
cool. If I can get a discount, not like we got like $50 flights if you stand. If it's an hour flight, yeah, it's fine. I could probably stand.
It's a 5-hour flight, but they're giving you a $25 ticket.
If I got to get somewhere and I don't have any money.
Hey, what do we got going on? Johnny
Connor with the bitty bitsy. Oh, he's dropping 69 on the gun.
Nice.
Appreciate that, John. Welcome in, brother. Welcome in. All right, we're moving on. So I'm in on this, but I'm only in if they give me a little more space because I'm out of the space. All right, guys. Next on In and Out, Krispy Kreme has an all-new Oreo glaze, and I legitimately am a little pumped for it. This is number one. This is number two.
Yeah.
Lamb.
Number two is number two.
Lamb is already booing number two. He thinks it's a very ordinary cookie. However, the same level of disdain you have for number two, you have excitement for number one.
Yeah, if the one cookie's a 0, the other's a 10.
That's correct. So this new cookie is a let's see with it. And the Oreo cookie over the top donut is a cookie glazed donut with cookies and cream filling, drizzled with chocolate icing, and finished off with an Oreo cookie wafer. This is something I'm trying to get in on. Lamb was giving me a little shit because I'd never been to a Krispy Kreme like fresh when they get like the box out. Every time I have a Krispy Kreme, it tastes like it's like 15 days old, so I don't really like Krispy Kreme. Lamb says I'm missing out. If they're rolling out this, I'm in. Air horn, yes. Okay, I'll give you an air horn for that. Also, whoever invented this idea is the same guy that, I would say needs a promotion, is what I'm saying.
And boy, that's just a straight shooter with upper management written all over him.
That's right.
You know that donut?
What's that?
Usually you pay double for that kind of action.
That's right. You usually pay double for that kind of action. I'm all in on this donut. All right, let's keep it moving.
Pat said I'd be in on a plane with a gym.
Hey, yeah.
You bet I would. If I could roll up to the plane, get a workout, and then like by the time my workout's done, I'm getting off the plane.
I get in there and challenge some schmuck to like a racquetball game.
Why sure to have a racquetball? So
that would be hot. All right, sorry, so my pine cone just almost fell on my head. All right, let's move on to the next one. Real quick here.
I don't know why. I'm just picturing a completely empty plane.
Yeah.
No chairs, no nothing. You and another guy trying to play racquetball.
Loser pays the other person.
Just like going in every direction.
Loser pays the other person's ticket. I thought this was interesting. Pepsi is changing its recipe for the first time, and they're going to start with the new recipe in India. The new Pepsi they're going to roll out is lower on sugar and higher on the fizz. So they're trying to apparently, where did we find this? The move will place Pepsi on par with rival brands of Coke and Thumbs Up. If you've never heard of Thumbs Up, that's totally fine. They are a brand specifically for soda in India. Now, I know that they're going to start this here, and then if it goes well, they're going to roll this shit out everywhere. Are you in and out on some Pepsi with a little bit of lower sugar?
I'm out on Pepsi as it is, so I can only be in if you're willing to change the recipe.
I feel like Jared really likes my racquetball idea.
I think so.
I want people to still be in their seats, so I'm just playing around.
The amount of concussions. Just like, God damn it.
Yeah. They
ball.
They fit like a gym in, like the barbell just like blowing by somebody's head.
Yeah, just like, it's a leg press machine in your chair. Like, hey,
can you spot me on this set real quick? Yeah, these are great ideas. Somebody, you know what? We haven't used in a while. We got to copyright some of these ideas before somebody steals them.
copyright.
Okay, so Pepsi's in on the low sugar.
Lower sugar, yes.
I'm in on the fizziness, bro.
I know you like a fizz. You're a Topo Chico guy. So there is no more fizz that could be put into a drink than a Topo Chico.
Yes, I do like a good fizz. Now you said you think India might be a little warm, so all this sugar might be kind of
you don't want like a sugary drink to be refreshing. Like even though it's cold, like that sugary. If you want it like cold and like a little lower sugar, I think you're gonna get a lot more refreshment out of it, especially in those hotter months.
I agree. And I know going back many, many years, they did the Pepsi Coke challenge, and they were saying the Pepsi was better, but only because when you took a small sip, one had more sugar, and people said, oh, this is better.
Yeah, it's sweeter on the tongue at first.
But then over time, you just start not to like it. I don't know if people are... Shout out Pepsi or Coke in the chat if you're a Pepsi or Coke fan. I'm curious to see if there are Pepsi people here. I know there's Pepsi people. Actually, I think Paul might be a Pepsi person, but... I know there's Pepsi people. I prefer Coke a million times to one, but if they start adding more fizz and they start adding less sugar, I'm all in. All right, next one here. We got, Lamb was reading that McDonald's had a bunch of food items that have been discontinued.
Over the years. Yeah, McDonald's has tried a lot of things. Like, you might not have seen some of these.
Yeah.
Some of these I remember distinctly.
Yes. So, Lamb, we're going to roll through, and you guys let us know if you're in and out on these. If McDonald's needs to bring them back.
First one is fried apple pies. When I was a kid, that's what it was. It was a fried apple pie.
I am all in on this. It
was so good, but it was almost impossible to eat.
Why?
It was so hot.
Oh,
because they would fry them fresh, and they were like you would burn your mouth so bad.
That's why they got discontinued.
Probably.
First off, that looks like almost like a real apple pie. If that's what I'm rolling out, I'm totally in on this, dude. All right, give me another one. What do you got?
All right, we got the old cookies. They were pretty solid. They were just kids' cookies.
They were cookies. Yeah, I don't know if I want them back, but if kids need a cookie that maybe is not like 1,000 grams of sugar, I'm in. What do you got next?
McSpaghetti, baby.
Boo! Yo, if I roll into a McDonald's and they are trying to roll me out some Chef Boyardee bunk-ass spaghetti, I'm insulting the person in the drive-thru window immediately.
Like you getting some drive-thru spaghetti?
Hell no.
Eat in your car?
Hell no, dude.
The idea of an item that you have to have a fork with to eat in your car.
I think they said this was like in the 70s.
Yeah, they were trying some things.
Hell no. I got you on the far button. You know it, brother. All right, what do you got next?
We got the DLT. That was a burger served separately from the cold toppings.
So you had the hot stuff on one side, you had the cold stuff on the other side. That's a brilliant idea.
Brilliant idea. The problem was way too much styrofoam.
Yeah, but the guy that did this, though, we got to give it to him.
That's right. Just a straight shooter with upper management written all over.
That's right. That guy.
You pay double for that kind of action.
Okay, that works there too, Lamb. I respect it. If you guys don't know, Two's line is anyway. We pick a line, a quote from a movie or a show, and we kind of try and use it as many times as we can in the show. I love this idea. I love this idea of giving me the hot shit on one side, the cold on the other, so it doesn't become soggy. You said it came out at a very poor time.
Yeah, there was a big. It was like right when like the reuse recycle madness was really like coming to a head, and they were like rolling out like, "Hey, check out our new item that uses twice as much styrofoam."
Yeah, it looks when you first rolled it up, it looked like the styrofoam they kept pancakes in.
Yeah.
All right, next.
McPizza, baby.
Nah, I'm out. Roll it. I don't want it.
Mighty Wings. This was a thing. They were okay. They're big wings.
Yeah.
The McLean Deluxe.
Now, see, this is something I feel like they should bring back.
Yeah.
Hold the fat. It says, give me a big, juicy burger with lettuce, tomato, ketchup, mustard, pickles, and onions.
You know how they made it juicy?
How's that?
Seaweed.
Okay, so look, I'm going to say this. Do I like seaweed? No, but if you're going to take a burger and give it to me and tell me it has 80% less calories and fat, and I taste it and it tastes pretty good, I don't need you to tell me what kind of plant's in there. I understand you had to do something.
Secret sauce. Magic.
All right, let's get into something different. Yeah,
we got the McLobster, bro. You want that lobster sandwich?
I did tell you I wanted this McLobster. I don't know why, because I am 100% sure they're going to use the artificial lobster.
It's only $7.
That's not bad, but that was in 1992, so it's going to be like 12 today.
Okay.
But I'm going to say this. If they're using bunk fake lobster, I'm still in on it. I like artificial crab. I like artificial lobster. I like real lobster. I like fake real crab. I'm in on any of it.
It said they used claw, knuckle, and leg meat.
Wow, that's impressive. I'm really impressed. McDonald's, bring the lobster back, bro.
See if there's anything else that's worth our time in here.
Nah, we're out. Let's move it on.
All right, yeah, the rest is junk.
Yeah, we got a lot to get to today.
Boom.
Okay, before we do this, though, we got to get Pat's, right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's get Pat's first. Okay, so my buddy Pat's in the chat today. He sent me a picture of something that he experienced. He wants to know if you guys are in and out. He rolls into a bathroom yesterday. If you're half listening, get your face.
So this is his picture. This isn't a item that he came across in his internet.
No, this is not an internet scroll. This is actually a picture.
Seems like something he would search on the internet.
This is actually a picture that my friend took in a real bathroom. If you're looking away from the screen, look at the screen. It is a toilet that is maybe 7-8 inches off the ground.
So a urinal.
A urinal. Attached to the urinal, and I mean attached as in like it's part of the same molding, is the sink right above it. Okay?
Great idea. Save water.
I couldn't have put it any better. Pat told me that it was a wonderful idea. Well, he said it was the worst idea he ever heard of, but their heart was in the right place. You know what I mean?
I want to save water.
Yeah.
So I'm going to flush, and then I'm going to go wash my hands. I'm going to use water twice.
I'm with you.
I'm going to wash my hands, let that water
trickle down,
flush it for me.
I really like that. Your head's in a really right place. I am 6'3". If I come in, let's say it's Tuesday, right?
All right. That's a day of the week.
It's 2 p.m. You're with me so far.
Yeah.
It's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. I'm hammered drunk, right?
As you would be. All right. At least we're starting with realistic scenarios.
I roll into like the library, right? And I'm like, dude, I want to. Yeah, I know. Brento, get off that pine cone. No. Sorry, our dog's eating this pine cone. I can't have him eat the pine cone on the show.
Sorry, he's being awful quiet over there, and then I look and he's eating the pine cone.
He's eating the pine cone. This pine cone's going to fall on my head. Okay, so I'm drunk on a Tuesday at 2 p.m. I roll in the library. All of a sudden, I got to take a pee.
I'm with you.
All right, you're with me. All right, I roll,
library.
Yeah,
Got it.
I roll in. I want to read some comics. I'm chilling. I got to pee all of a sudden because, I got a short bladder. I roll in the bathroom. I'm half looking. I would say, what do you think the percentage is drunk Nick ends up peeing in that thing before I realize that the bottom part is where I'm supposed to pee, bro? This is a major issue. Pat said, and I got to quote him on this, people pee in sinks when it's way less convenient. And I couldn't agree with him anymore.
I have peed in a sink.
Let's raise your hand if you peed in a college somewhere, if you peed in somebody's sink.
In a bar.
Let's raise 2 hands if you did it multiple times. I've peed in sinks. I know many people have peed in sinks.
I'll give a actual, real life example. I was at, you've been to the Hooters in Ocean City, right?
Maybe.
All right, allegedly.
They
used to be seasonal. Mm-hmm. And they would have an end of the year party, and their goal would be you would go in, you'd pay like $20, they'd cook all the food they have that's left that they got to get rid of.
Yeah.
Then they would try and finish all the kegs that they had on site.
Yeah.
And you just go in, you get a glass, and they keep refilling or whatever. They have a bathroom that's normally designed for like 3 guys. Uh-huh. It is 98% men. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, it's a problem.
Right, it's a massive problem.
So
Paul said he pees in the sink all the time. I definitely have a lot of questions on that. DJ said he peed in a mini fridge. Lamb told me one time he peed in a closet.
Nope. I peed in the kitchen sink, but I pulled a chair up to do it.
Okay, that's right. It wasn't a sink. I thought it was the
closet.
closet.
And then I vomited in a filing cabinet.
Okay, somebody in here, one of my friends, definitely peed in a closet when they thought it was a bathroom. But I am actually out on this idea so much. Here's what you got to do. You got to raise the sink up 2 feet. Same idea. Use the water, pull it down.
Just have a pipe.
Just have a pipe. It doesn't need to be on top of each other. All right, so I'm out on that, but I love the idea. I love that somebody's trying new shit. What do we got next here?
Where was that, Pat? I'm curious.
Yeah, where was that, Pat? Next one we got. Okay, last in and out here before we move on.
Check your drawers, folks.
Check your drawers. If you got an old Mario Brothers game, you might be sitting on some serious Skrilla. This schmucky dude, and we're calling him schmuck because he didn't even do it on purpose. This jackass has had original Super Marios for Nintendo. The original game has been sitting in this son of a bitch's desk for 35 years. 35 years.
Said he bought it as a Christmas present, put it in the drawer, forgot about it, and then just let it sit there for 35 years.
Been sitting there for 35 years. All of a sudden, he rolls it out. He gives it to an auctioneer who does a quick little once-over and gives it a score. They gave it a 9.6. I think that's pretty good. I don't know shit.
It's out of 10.
It's out of 10, so it's pretty much all the way there. He just sold it for $660,000. Also, there was something different about the package. He bought it in 86 when it was shrink wrapped. Apparently in 87, they moved to stickers. So apparently this one was even more rare. I think the whole thing is fascinating. The only thing I have to say, can we scroll to the lady so I can make fun of her? Well, the only thing I have to make fun of is the lady that was in charge of the auction said, and I'm going to quote this, so you guys can have a laugh with me. Since the production window for this copy and others like it was so short, finding another copy from this production run in similar condition would be akin to looking for a single drop of water in the ocean. Okay, this is what I said to Lamb. All right, that is absurd. That is so absurd. If I said, Lamb, you go find the single drop of water I put in the ocean somewhere, and I'm going to go find an 86 printed version of Mario Brothers. Let's see who comes back first, dude. That is not a fair example, but it did make me laugh. You also said there was some other big sales here.
So they have a few here. There's 87, apparently big year for video games. A Mega Man going for $144,000.
Wow. Love Mega Man, though. Big Mega Man.
Mike Tyson Punch-Out, same year, $102,000.
So if you got these old games sitting
they're
around,
in the original box, still shrink-wrapped or stickered up or whatever.
That's the problem. I don't ever buy anything and like, don't open it.
But again, you can't open this.
Yeah, it's weird.
You're buying this for, $250,000.
I do wonder about the
and
people
it's
that buy
in this box,
Yeah.
locked away for safekeeping.
Yeah.
And it will stay in this box,
Forever.
locked away for safekeeping.
Forever.
It doesn't, to me, it's like I'd much rather pay $1 for an actual copy of this game that I can play.
Yeah, I 1000% agree with you. What am I going to buy a game for just to put it up? I don't understand buying a game just to put it on the wall, especially like if you want something like this, I guarantee you I could get a $30 version of it, stick it on the wall that looks brand new. Nobody would know the difference.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Did you want to do any of these guys?
Let's get to the two that I thought were interesting. So Lammy, we like to segue. We're segwayers. Never been on a Segway.
I have once.
Yeah, this is a good segue to a Segway.
Yeah. I was in Miami.
I think they call it,
And it was way scarier than I thought it would be.
I think this is called Segway Squares, what just happened, because we segue to a Segway.
So is it like in the park? Like
Yeah.
a Segway Square?
No,
is that like an actual geographic location?
That would be Segway Cubed, because now we got 3 Segways.
Oh.
Okay, so now, this was interesting to me. What were the highest games ever sold? This was NBA Elite 11. This was a game that was supposed to come out. The problem was when a demo was released right before the game launched, players mocked it for being so bug-riddled and glitchy. News break, nothing's changed. EA Sports still does the same shit. Every time the game comes out, it's riddled to death with bugs. Kind of funny that we're looking back. Now, they pulled it they said at the 11th hour, but before that, one box got out. Somebody took that box. That was not on a truck.
It got out.
It got out. It was on a truck. No way. Somebody took that box and ran with it. So there was only 15 copies before they rehashed it and edited the game and fixed it a bunch of times. So if you got one of the 15, that thing's worth a solid 10 G's, brother man. I love the Kevin Durant's on there. It makes me laugh. Makes me feel old, though, too. 2011. What was the other one you thought was interesting on here?
The Blockbuster one was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Blockbuster apparently had an in-store challenge. You had to play, they had Super Nintendo one where you played Donkey Kong Country, and a Genesis, aka Mega Drive challenge where you played NBA Jam Tournament Edition, one of our favorites, or Judge Dredd. And if you were one of the top people at that store, you got some of the cartridges as prizes. Some of them can go for as 10 to 16 grand.
And that's only strictly because there was the only version of those cartridges.
I think they said like Blockbuster on them. This one's pretty cool.
Yeah, this was really cool too. This company, Bandai, made this game, and then the second they made it, Nintendo was like, we want it. So the game went out, 200 copies went out. The second that happened, Nintendo said, no, it's ours now. They bought it, rechanged the name. So if you get a copy of this is worth what here?
It says it goes for between 10 grand and 40 grand.
If you got an original copy of the band. And then what did they change this to?
Track and field with the power pad.
Okay.
It was packaged with the power pad. Do you remember the power pad?
I don't think I had it. So
I never had it, but a friend of mine had. I used it once, and it was the junkiest but coolest thing ever.
All right. So
it was like a mat. It had, I think, it was 4x4.
You just stomped
and
on
you
it.
stomped on it, but theoretically you could play any game on it. Because it would plug in and your controller, your A/B buttons, were those. So you could play with your feet.
Oh, that is kind of a cool idea. Kind of like Dance Dance Revolution before it happened. All right, let's move on. That's the end of In and Out. We gotta talk about something, guys. What the hell? Oh, this could go. All right, I'm not a Wheel of Fortune fan. I don't know why. I'm really bad at the game. Does that make me stupid? Maybe. I'm terrible at Wheel of Fortune. Like, I think half the problem I have is just the general clue always throws me in the wrong direction. You know, it's like...
It's a word. You're like, thanks, Pat.
Things is my least favorite category. Things is a real category.
Phrase.
Yeah. I'm saying I've seen maybe 50 episodes of the show, and every time it's been phrased, I've never heard the phrase before. Not one time. Like, where are you guys pulling these phrases out of?
Robots are from Mars.
What? Okay, so anyway, Wheel of Fortune fan, Wheel of Fortune, let me start this. A Wheel of Fortune player was burned by kind of a shitty rule. Fans are really upset because he got burned by this rule and they want to change it. If anybody in the chat is familiar with this story, please let me know because I'm definitely curious on somebody's opinion here. So, this is what happened. Can we play this? Will we get sound out of this?
Yeah, we should.
We should? All right, let's see what happens. So let me know if y'all can hear this. He said it the first time, too. So, if you didn't catch it, your boy said and. He said sole, flounder, cod, and cat. And then he said and catfish. So they burned him. You don't hear anything. Okay, well, I figured that would happen because fucking A, dude. All right, but anyway, what happened was he comes in, he says to solve. He says, I'll take sole, flounder, catfish, and cod, right? So we put the word and in there. So they said, no, that's not right. Your boy's got the most befuddled look on his face you've ever seen. They cut to the girl. She says, sole, flounder, catfish, cod, and she wins. And he says, what the hell? Your boy, Pat Sajak, says, yeah, you can't say and in the middle of that. Now, I had seen this clip before, but I just called it the second time. Right before he gives this guy a chance, he says, don't add anything. So I was a little annoyed at the rule. I think the rule's junky in the first place because I don't think it gives any advantage anywhere, right?
Everyone knows what he's saying.
Yeah, everybody knows what he's saying.
It's a list.
Yeah.
It's literally a list.
It's a list, right? So I get what he's saying. I do like the fact that I heard Pat Sajak say don't add anything. So he was like almost acutely aware that this, of all things, was going to be an issue with this puzzle. People are really upset. Now, my question is, you guys, does he deserve to get this right? For real. Give me a Y for yes and give me an N for no. Does he deserve to get that right because he added an and even though he was told not to add anything? Do you think the rule is junky and he still deserves it? Do you think he still deserves it?
I think he doesn't deserve to win, but the rule needs to change.
Needs an amendment.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the rule. And Pat was even clear about the rule. I think he was aware that it was going to happen and has happened before.
Yeah.
So he tries to warn him.
Yeah.
And this guy, they're very, very specific about how you pronounce things. Like, I saw one, it was like if you pronounce the letters that aren't there.
Yeah.
Like if it's like something that ends in like IN instead of ING.
Yeah.
And you say the G.
Yeah.
You don't get it.
Okay. So very specific. I'm going to say this. I don't like the show, so I watched more Jeopardy. I'm like what's the
more of a like
Price is Right kind of guy, right?
I was thinking like, $64,000 pyramid.
Right, not at all. I don't even know what that is. So
dating game?
Barely. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Gotcha. So I know that in these games there are very finicky rules. Jeopardy is famous for these finicky rules. People get really cranky with Jeopardy because people get questions right and then they forgot the question. And honestly, Jeopardy I have less of an issue with because I think every time I watch it, when somebody says something and then I hear they got it wrong, they cut to the next person, they say it, I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of get why, whatever. Sometimes Jeopardy rules are a little junky too. This rule I kind of think is junky, but I do back off it because he did freaking say it, bro. Chat's kind of with it. Chat doesn't like it. Chat thinks that he should get booted. So, okay, but now that got us thinking. What are some finicky rules, right? And we looked, and for game shows, we couldn't find anything.
Yeah, apparently Wheel of Fortune's the only one's got finicky rules.
Yeah. Now, I'm about to blow some of y'all's mind. Some of y'all might know this.
It's about to blow your mind, Pat.
Yeah, about to blow your mind, Pat. Okay, these are some rules that I guarantee some people did not know. Okay, these are from sports, though. First, Everybody thinks it's impossible to get 1 point in the NFL. Apparently, that is not true. I am a lifelong NFLer. This is news to me. Brand new. I did not know this. Yeah, so let me run it.
Definitely did not know this.
The first version, blow it, dog. Yeah, don't say that too many times. Hey-o. First off, the first version of this 1 point I don't like because it's like an extra point, right? So they're saying, like, let's say you go for an extra point, it's blocked. You pick it up and you run it in. That's 1 point. They're like, yeah, it's a 1 point. Yeah, but that's still an extra point. Let's say the score is 6-0 and the other team blocks it and there's some kind of crazy scrum, right? And the ball's bouncing, it's snowy, it keeps bouncing backwards. And let's say it bounces backwards 90 yards. Or let's say somebody carries it back 90 yards. And then the team that kicked it picks up the ball in the end zone behind them and either runs out or gets tackled. That's a safety. But because it's on an extra point, only 1 point. I had no idea. So there is a potential that you could see an NFL score of 6-1.
You could never see 1-0 though.
No, you could never see 1-0.
Because they have to score a touchdown to get to that point.
Okay, Lamb, we're bringing the heat to you guys. You guys didn't know that? Don't act like you did, or I'll boot you from the channel. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to catch you off guard. Not a big polo fan.
Would have thought more of a water polo guy.
Water polo is way interesting. I'm in a water polo. Okay, so
but we're talking traditional equestrian polo.
Nice, Lamb. Nice verbiage. Equestrian polo. You're on a horse with a stick, not jousting.
Yeah, it's like croquet, but on horses.
That's correct. Now, on this, you are not allowed to be left-handed.
Up to sort of
discriminatory.
Yeah, I know. They ask you when you walk in, are you left-handed? And you say yes, they kick you out.
Yeah, that's true.
They see you eating your food with your left hand, you're out.
That's true. No, you're really not allowed to be left-handed. And Lamb, break it down for him because I thought you explained it pretty nicely.
All right, so the idea is that you have to have the mallet on your right side in your right hand, and that is for a safety reason. So we're not having like head-on mallet-to-mallet collisions.
Yeah.
With them being on both sides and stuff like that. So this is a safety rule. You can be left-handed. You're just going to have to operate the mallet with your right hand.
Fascinating. I think it's really fascinating. I don't know why that makes me really like. It
makes no sense when you say the title and you can't be left-handed.
No.
And then you explain, all right, I can get it.
It'd be like whenever the sport was invented, if like for whatever anomaly type reason that like the majority of the players were left-handed, that would have been the rule.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all right. So I was going to say some of the rules in there were a little racist. We didn't go back that far. Okay. So anyway, this wasn't the one we liked, right? Also, this was interesting. MLB rule. Lamb, you cannot catch a ball with your hat.
The movies have lied to me.
That actually blew my mind, bro. I didn't know that. I actually, you know how they say that you put stuff in your memory that really didn't happen? I swore I feel like I've seen like a replay of like an MLB game where like a guy dropped his glove and caught it with a hat. I swore in my head I'd seen this.
Well, if you did, you should be awarded 3 bases.
That's the rule.
3 bases.
The guy that was hitting gets 3 bases because of this. This upsets me. Do you think this is fair? Actually, yeah, I think it is fair now that I'm thinking about it.
But you can catch barehanded. I don't really care what you do. Like, if it gets caught in your uniform, it still counts as an out, right?
That I would think so. And I also think that there's no advantage to me catching in a hat compared to
like I'm running, my glove drops, and I'm just like diving for it, and I'm like, I can't reach it, but then I pull off my hat and catch it. Like,
I think the glove's always advantageous. I don't know why I have. Here's the problem.
I get if I like take my hat, throw it in the air to knock the ball out of the air.
I just thought of it, dude. Here's the problem. People are going to start wearing a bunch of sticky shit in their hat, and their hats are going to be made of like steel or rubber, and they go out there and it's like sticky, and they're like, oh, I caught it. And they're like, yeah, his hat's like 15 sizes bigger than everybody else's.
He's wearing this giant sombrero out there.
That's right, dude. Now, yeah, that's the issue, dude.
So he's just out there like...
That's actually pretty funny. I think it's funny that this article mentions Ohtani because we have an Ohtani story coming up. Nobody cares about fencing. I don't care about fencing. Okay, this is another rule. About to blow your mind. The NFL. I am going to try and explain this and cut me off, Lamb, if I start to fuck it. If a punt returner calls for a fair catch, the receiving team, the team that is catching the ball, has the option of attempting an undefended field goal from where the spot of the ball was caught.
At any time.
At any time. Doesn't have to be the end of half or anything. Yeah. So let's say your Steelers are on their 1 yard line and they boot it, right? Homeboy waves for a fair catch at the 50-yard line. They look up on the clock and there's 1 second left.
All right.
They get to attempt a field goal, and not only
65,
67.
Well, technically, couldn't you just put the T?
It might
because it's right there.
Oh, it's right there. So you're right. It would only be 10 yards back.
So it would be a 60-yarder.
It would be a 60-yarder. Yeah. That's fascinating. You're right, Lamb. So you could now not only you get to attempt a field goal, the other team cannot attempt to block it, and you get somebody to like sit there and hold it like you would on a kickoff. Now I'm sitting there like, how can this had never happened? Well, actually, it did. So we're about to break down the footage. I know you can't hear it. Doesn't matter. Nobody cares. Okay, so this is the game.
Your boy Phil Dawson.
Phil Dawson. Look at this. It is 4 seconds left in the half. San Francisco called for a fair catch. Apparently, the Rams coach had no idea this was a rule. Jeff Fisher was pissed.
Shocked.
He was pissed because he didn't think it was a rule. So right here, this is where they caught the fair catch. So now Jeff Dawson gets to try a 71-yarder without anybody in his face.
Yeah, watching it lined up is my favorite part. With the defenders being back, it's so cool to see.
It's weird.
They're just like standing around.
They have no idea what to do. Did anybody remember this? Does anybody remember this? How did I miss this? So now look, everybody's lined up like a kickoff, but this is his attempt at a field goal. He's going for it.
Yeah, you just have the dude like
but
right there
he
holding the ball.
muffs it like an actual bum, dude.
Well, you don't practice this.
Yes, you do. He literally kicks with somebody holding the ball 90 times a practice.
I'm saying a 71-yarder, they said.
I know, but it's not even close to on target, dude.
I know, but they did say his lifetime long was like a 56, and they said that was like 5 years ago.
That's true.
in this clip.
That's
so
true.
It's like
that's very true, Lim. Fascinating. Had no idea that was a rule. If anybody did know that, let me know. Also, we did not know this before a college basketball game. As soon as there's 20 minutes before the game has started, you cannot go and dunk on a hoop. It seems like...
The only reason in my head I could think of this would be they don't want people like hanging on the rims and potentially like damaging the rim before the game because...
Or altering the rim. Yeah, I can see that too. So this guy right here, K-State's Brian Rollader, got a technical for dunking.
Before the game.
Yeah, because he dunked it...
he said with a couple seconds left or something.
That's right. Hey, Kings raiding with a party of 5. Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go, everybody. Everybody, welcome in. What we're talking about is some of the weirdest technicalities in sports you've ever heard. We're about to get into the last one, and then we're moving on real quick here. So the last one this one was interesting. If you go to overtime in hockey, I didn't know this either, you cannot pull your goalie.
You can.
Oh, you can.
But you forfeit if it remains a tie.
Oh, I didn't know that. So if you pull your goalie and then it doesn't go to a shootout.
No.
And you just lose the game.
Yeah.
I had no idea that was a thing. They said that everybody would just be pulling their goalie in overtime. What's going on? Raid them, baby. Let's go. Raid. What's up, everybody? Give me an applause for that. Woo! What's up, everybody? If you're welcome in, if you're new, I'm Nick.
I'm Kevin.
And we're the Two Dumb Idiots, guys. Welcome in. I had no idea you couldn't pull the goalie in overtime, and if you could, it would forfeit the game. I do understand why, because everybody would just be pulling their goalies and it'd be 4-on-4. European Union said you can't have cleavage. Thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah. I thought the baseball one that you could actually hit it up the middle and get a foul ball.
You could hit it dead center if it hits the rubber where the pitcher pitches and goes out of bounds. That's a foul ball. I think that's pretty interesting too. This cleavage rule was real. They weren't allowed cleavage when you were playing chess.
No distractions.
But
there's a part that I love that's not the cleavage rule.
But in 2017, the new edition got rid of the rule because it used to say second button from the top. That was their line in the sand.
I do love that they also have a provision for body odor.
Oh.
For men.
Beachwear or terrible body odor. So you can't be
stinking up the joint and trying to mentally fuck with somebody.
I would absolutely just cover my legs in fecal matter and roll in there and just be like, yeah, dude, like.
Guys, I can't think about these pieces.
A girl rolls in there with cleavage and like a stinky body odor, dude. She's just trashing this dude's brain. She's winning.
Can't even keep up.
No way that guy's keeping up. That's fantastic. All right. Do we have anything else here? Yeah. Okay. We're going to switch into a little bit. We normally do sports ball, but we have kind of put that on hold because we're doing so much currently. So we're going to do a little sports ball. The goalie drops back. Catcher punch near the rim. Slam dunk. Touchdown.
Sports ball.
That's right, sports ball. I just wanted to cover some of the coolest stuff that went on this weekend. If you guys didn't see the end of this Gonzaga game, I guarantee
Where you been?
Where you been? This was unbelievable. The final 5 minutes of this game were absolutely fascinating. We're just going to run this here.
You can mute it.
What's that?
You can mute it.
It doesn't matter. They can't hear shit anyway. Yeah, I know you guys can't hear it. So this was kind of crazy. So the guy goes, they're down 2. UCLA guy goes for a drive, misses the shot, gets his own board, ties the game up. There's 3.3 seconds left. Homeboy comes cruising down the court, just launches up a bomb. Game. Buckets. That's in overtime. I was blown away. I ran out. I had to tell Lamb how it ended. I thought it was really cool. This guy, Jalen Suggs, remember his name. He is going to be a star at the next level. I am 100% sure of that. Really, really cool story. Next, the Masters is coming up this weekend, so me and Lamb did a little research for you guys. If I had to start picking favorites, that's going to be tough because I haven't looked into it yet. But, Jordan Spieth just won this past weekend, so I think he's going to come in with a lot of people. Brooks Koepka just announced he's going to play, so I think that's going to favor into some people.
It's super weird that they're having a Masters 4 months after they had a Masters.
Yeah, it feels like the Masters is on top of another Masters. Very bizarre. Me and Lamb liked some of these. Okay, so what will be the most strokes recorded on any hole? The option is over 8.5 or under 8.5. Anybody feel like somebody's going to have a hole?
A quadruple bogey on a
par 5? A
quadruple
bogey where they get like a 4 on a par 5? Yeah, like I get a 9. Does anybody think that?
I think so.
You put the odds up. What was the one that we really liked that was up here that I wanted to bet on? Here it is.
Yeah.
Okay, will there be an albatross registered during the Masters? If you don't know what an albatross is, that's fine. If it's a par 5 and you get it in 5 strokes, that's a par. If you get it in 4 strokes, that's a birdie. If you happen to get it in the hole in 3 strokes, that's an eagle. Very, very rare. If for some unbelievable reason an alien comes down and grabs your ball and helps you put it in the hole and you get it in 2 strokes, that is an albatross. That would be like a hole-in-one on a par 4 or a 2 on a par 5. It is crazy, 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 crazy rare.
It's so weird to me because growing up, I never even heard the term albatross. It was always double eagle.
Yeah. Because it's so rare. People are unfamiliar with because you don't have a single buddy that has an albatross. Nobody does. Nobody has an albatross buddy, right? It's very, very rare unless they played on a
hole-in-ones.
Yeah,
way more common.
Yeah, it's happened, Jarrett. Actually, I literally said to Lamb off air. I immediately, as soon as the albatross came to mind, I forgot his name.
Louis Oosthuizen.
Thank you. I told Lamb that I can vividly remember watching Louis Oosthuizen from South Africa do it in I think it was the Masters, but it was definitely a major. He did it. He was sitting on the fairway and roped like a 3 would, and it trickled all the way onto the green and trickled all the way back into the back of the hole and went in, and people went crazy. And
it looked like a magnet. It looked like that Bugs Bunny shot where he uses the magnet and just pulls it into the hole.
Absolutely crazy. Now, Jared, I'll pull one up. I will pull one up for you. I'll pull up Louis Oosthuizen's right now. Here's the thing, though, Jared. If you want to bet that it doesn't happen,
those have to be backwards. It has to be,
bro. If you want to bet it doesn't happen, it's 12-1. So if I put $100 down and nobody gets one, I win $1,200. Here, Lamb, let's give him a type. Let's type in Louis Oosthuizen.
Click that YouTube.
Oh, yeah, I got you, brother. We're going to type in Louis Oosthuizen albatross.
Let me see if I can spell Louis Oosthuizen.
Yeah, you got it, brother. It was the first one, that double eagle right there. See it? That's great.
Yeah, I told you got that.
Yeah, but
I forgot it's 00 on Oosthuizen.
And that's right.
Yeah,
double.
yeah.
All right, so here we go. Let's throw on Louis Oosthuizen.
It is a Masters.
It is the Masters. I thought I remembered that. Okay, so. Oh, man, they just start you up here. All right, here we go. Here's Louis Oosthuizen. Off the fairway. That's his shot. This is a par 5. Takes a monster rip, and that ball just starts to roll.
Does not look like it has even a shot to be on the green.
No chance that ball looks like it should go in the green.
Oh, it's a good shot.
Pretty good shot. Getting better.
Look at it roll. Look at it.
That's exactly how I remember it.
What?
Shebang.
He's like...
Yeah, dude.
They need to be better at celebrating in the.
Yeah,
if that happens at the Masters,
you need to punch your caddy in the face.
You need to be backflipping your way to the green.
Yeah.
Like, It is ridiculous.
That's one of the coolest things I've ever seen in golf. Like I said, I'm sure there's other examples. That's the only one that comes to my mind. That was the one I watched live. Like
What's up, Ash?
What's up, Ash? Welcome in. Like I said, that's one of the ones that I remember vividly because I was watching that Masters. So again, if you want to put some odds down, here's some funny ones in there. What was the other one we saw that we liked? Will there be a hole-in-one? So no is actually better odds. They believe that it will have a hole-in-one. I think that's telling.
Now, does that count the par 3 contest?
No. I can't imagine. No, during the Masters. I don't think it does.
Okay, because that's kind of part of the Masters, so I'm just curious. But
Yeah,
because there's usually 1 or 2 there.
Yeah. So I thought that, you can bet
Here you go. Here's your options. Who you got? You got Bryson's number 1.
Bryson's number 1. He's fair. Dustin Johnson's fair.
Justin Thomas,
I like
think
Justin
would be.
Thomas is a really good bet. I agree with you. Here's my boy Zonder, who I told George to bet on, then he won that weekend.
Bubba, you kiss my butt.
I'm not betting on Bubba. Let me see. Colin Morikawa out of La Canyada, right near us. I would bet on that.
I'd put $1 on that.
Tiger Woods is literally not. Tiger Woods is probably going to struggle to be there since his legs are not working.
So no way.
No way. No way. All right. Also in sports here, one of my favorite stories of the week. Love this guy, Shohei Ohtani.
We should maybe try and go and see a game.
I would.
Angels Stadium ain't that far.
I actually clipped something. So if you guys don't know who this guy is, he is the pitcher for the Angels, but he's also he hits. So he's one of the very few people that they choose to start in the lineup because his hitting is so good.
Do they let him hit when he's not pitching?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. So
just double checking.
Yeah, no, you're good. I screenshot this. Shohei Ohtani has thrown the hardest pitch of any starting pitcher so far this season at 100.6. And he's hit the hardest home run by any player at 150 miles an hour leaving the bat. That is so unbelievably wild that this guy threw 101. And this is actually what's really cool is in this inning, he threw a 101 mile an hour pitch. Then when he came up to bat, he hit a home run. This is such an unbelievable rarity in this sport. If you get a chance to tune in and watch this guy play, please do it.
And it's weird because usually in youth, like very young, the pitcher is the best player on the team.
For sure.
They're usually doing this constantly.
They're the all-star, right? But at a certain point, they start to focus.
They go one way or the other.
Yeah, they start to focus so much on their pitching that they don't hit anymore. And we've seen some players be decent from the bat. I can't remember this. I always forget this guy's name. He played for the Giants. He has a beard. I'm sure somebody's going to bring it to me. He was in the World Series. I think he had a pretty good World Series. But he was a really good hitter. I know, like I said, you see some...
You'll see a pitcher hit a home run every now and then.
Every now and again, but it's rare. Again, this guy doing 101 and then smacking a home run in the very next inning. I think his home run, did they say in here how far it was?
It was like 455 feet
I thought it was. It said it clobbered a home run. I'm telling you, it was a bomb. If it says in here, I'd love for it to tell me how far it was. Hope you just watch it. This isn't pitching, though.
Hey,
that's old. Nobody cares.
old. No,
But can your pitcher do this? Here's your boy. That's a bomb.
Oh my God.
That's a bomb.
I know you guys can't hear the sound, but that sound, you knew that thing was gone.
That's a bomb skis. So that is an actual missile. So very cool. I think it's a really cool story.
It's his second home run too.
But yeah, baseball needs a star really, really bad, and your boy is yakking homers and throwing dimes. Got to get in on it.
Out of control.
Pitchers who rake. Love it. All right, guys. Hashtag pitchers who rake. All right, guys. We are going to raid somebody. I have had an absolute blast hanging out with you guys. If I had more stories, trust me, I would keep this show going.
Let's maybe shoot for